We are at Sims in Bozeman, and we're going to show you what happens behind the closed doors. Why don't you explain who you are, what you do, and what we're going to do today?
Absolutely. I'm John Frazier. I've been with Sims since 2014 and kind of run point on all of our PR and do a lot of storytelling. You know, there's a great story to be told here at Sims. I think it's only appropriate to give you a brief overview of some of the history behind the brand. Sims started in 1980 in Jackson Hole, Wyoming by a wonderful person, Mr. John Sims. Early on, Sims was neoprene reel cases, tippet spool holders, net holsters, and things like that. And then obviously that eventually moved into neoprene waders, which was a big deal. Even back then, neoprene waders was a big deal. So in 1993, Casey Walsh acquired Sims from John. He opted to move it from Jackson to Bozeman, really because of the proximity to so many blue ribbon trout streams and also just a flourishing guide community. Even back then, the philosophy was, if we can make gear that's going to withstand the abuse from full-time fishing guides, then consumers are going to be blown away. And really, that's a philosophy that was intact back then that we still adhere to today. It's hard to believe, but back then Sims had roughly 17 employees, and that includes the production staff. So I can only imagine it was a fast and furious workplace. Shortly after Casey acquired the company, that's when we really started to implement what, in my mind, really put us on the map, and that is the innovation of Gore-Tex, waterproof, breathable material. So we're talking about products like the original dry coat, and then obviously the very first waterproof, breathable Sims Gore-Tex wader. So we're actually quickly approaching the 30th anniversary, and arguably that is one of the most significant innovations in the fly fishing space even today. We are one of very few certified Gore-Tex manufacturers in the world. We still are the only wader manufacturer of scale in the US. So why don't we transition over here, and I'll kind of show you where it all started and kind of where it's ended up. What you're looking at here is the OG Gore-Tex.
That is crazy.
Wader.
Look at the feet on this thing.
Yeah.
Like, and to think this was what, from, you said 1993?
1993 was when we first introduced it.
But look
yes.
at like the buckles, everything's nice and adjustable. Like a lot of those designs are still there, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of the general idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. Do you have this wader in a 3XL that I could just take home with me right now?
We'd have to go back into the archives. To my knowledge.
Hold on. I'm paying cash.
Cash?
Yeah.
How much cash you got? This is a museum piece.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, you got to realize this is like the original, first ever Gore-Tex breathable wader. They pull it out in a box. We'll show you the box. Look at this. How cool is that? $275 in 1993, yeah. Right? We did the conversion rate. That's like 470 something bucks. It's kind of in line with right in the mid-range of waders right now. So
this is where it all started, and over the last 30 years, you move on up, and this is kind of where we are today. So you think about all the design and development innovations that have come since this, and this is our current G4Z.
I mean, if you think about it, like a piece of fabric that can keep water out and let air go through, like, that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
All I know is I put those on, I stay warm and dry.
Yep.
Right, that's all I care about. But they care about a little bit more than that in there, right?
Oh yeah. It's, you know, we do have a proven process, but in my mind, it's really the precision, the craftsmanship, and more importantly, the people that really put our waders on the top of the heap. We've been doing it longer than anybody, and it's an aspect of our heritage that we're extremely proud of. You know, I don't really look at it as a bragging wall as much as I do as a wall to really highlight what these men and women are doing over here. It really is an amazing process, talking about ideas and watching them develop and see where they end up. You know, it's just a lot of thought and detail goes into every aspect of what we do.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have any Ironfly Champion awards from IFTD?
We do not.
I do.
I'm gonna take you into the repair center. When we make gear, we want it to last for years and years and years, and it's truly amazing what these men and women are able to repair and get back out on the water. Another thing that I always like to point out is a lot of our design and development innovations are a direct result of this facility here. And it really allows us to be very nimble and make adjustments on the fly because our production floor is just right around the corner.
That's cool, yeah.
And then also with that infield data, a lot of very significant innovations have come right here. I think a prime example is our patented front and back leg seam. Years and years ago, somebody in the repair center started recognizing the same exact issue and said, you know, if we put a seam down the front and the back, add a little articulation, that's going to eliminate this issue, and that's kind of a trademark aspect of all the waders we build down there. So we will really give you a look behind the curtain. We're going to walk down onto the production floor, and I'm going to give you kind of the nuts and bolts of you know, our proven process here. Here we are. This is where all the magic happens for our Bozeman made waders, and again, all these wader makers down here, they're highly skilled craftspeople. It's amazing how much precision goes into every single step. As you would imagine, because we are the only US wader manufacturer of scale, not a lot of people are coming in here with the experience of building waders. So there's a ton of on-the-job training. A lot of these roles down here require 4-6 months of training before you're super proficient. All of this work requires very intense mental focus as well. So it's kind of good to change it up, you know? So they're changing stations as their shift progresses. Yeah. I'll kind of show you where it all starts. Yeah. The bell, that's a stretch break. Yeah, go ahead and give it a stretch.
Hold on. I need you to give me some time to focus.
Okay, focus.
Okay, I'm good.
All right, excellent. It starts kind of with the planning, and the demand for Sims waders is higher than ever. So basically what planning is doing is they're assessing that demand, they're running that through an algorithm, and it gets input into a very high-tech software platform. And basically what it does is it takes all of those different waders, breaks it out into panels, and it lays it out into a pattern. As we all know, Gore-Tex material is not cheap, so we want the highest yield possible. So when we're cutting, we're really aiming for an 85% yield, but honestly, it's not uncommon for us to get 90, 92% yield, so there's very, very little waste. We'll go over here and we'll show you the cutting table.
Cool. So if you have Sims waders, they likely were sitting right here at some point.
Absolutely, yep.
That's so cool.
All of our Gore-Tex waders likely were sitting right here. So this is a machine that we brought in a few years ago. It's an auto cutter. That pattern gets input into this machine, and you click go and it starts cutting. There's a vacuum underneath here, so you've got this wax paper on top of 4 layers of Gore-Tex.
Is that so the machine slides better back and forth?
Yeah, so this wax paper, it does a few things. It kind of keeps everything flat and uniform, keeps it in place. The wax paper kind of lubricates the blade as it's cutting. So yeah, this thing just feeds material in. This arm comes across and just cuts. Obviously super precise. Once all the pieces are cut, they're kind of sorted through. Any panel that requires a smaller component, whether it's a belt loop or a pocket, anything that requires pressing gets laser cut, and then it moves over here to pressing. Those components get pressed using heat, pressure, and time.
Heat, pressure, and time.
Heat,
that's
pressure,
what it's all
and time.
about.
That's right. And
that'll make diamonds too.
That'll make diamonds. Yep. And once those are compressed, then they get lumped back in with all of the panels of the wader. This is a good example of some of those smaller components that are laser cut and pressed on. So that's obviously from the back panel of our G3 wader. Then these stacks get moved over here. So this is essentially a stack of waders, right? These stacks are ready to roll, and then we move over into body sewing.
So you should do the fly tying version. Just give people all the pieces, let them build their own waders. Here's what I'm saying. People would appreciate those waders so much more if you just gave them the chance.
They made them themselves,
Okay.
We'd see how long they would last.
Now I use that Gorilla Glue duct tape, and it still don't stay together.
So here's where the wader really really starts to kind of start looking like a wader, we're looking at body sewing right now. Whenever we're gonna make a wader, if we're gonna make a medium long wader, we're gonna do it in sets of 4. Extremely fast, extremely precise. Essentially, we're using a very, very high stitch count. We're back tacking every seam, and they're just ripping right through. As they're pushing the material through, it's got a little razor blade that's cutting the excess. So highly, highly efficient.
So this is the pocket of the wader that's already built. These ones are just practice, so don't worry, you won't ruin it.
Okay, okay.
Just like regular standard sewing, we do it all inside out. And then we have the shorts. All right, so these are the legs. I'm gonna sew the legs. And then you're gonna sew some legs.
Oh man.
These needles will go right through your finger.
Yeah.
And there is a razor blade that's bouncing up and down.
Oh my word. So you just did something that would probably take me like 4 hours.
I bet it would take you about 12 minutes. I feel like I'm in a zoo.
Now, I'm watching your foot pedal skills, and my recommendation is to never get a fast car, because you get a lot of tickets. Just saying. This seems just like so utterly impossible, like to get what you're making totally waterproof and wearable. It's so crazy.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
We really concentrate a lot on perfecting before we concentrate on speed. So when people are learning, we give them plenty of time and allowance to go very slowly, because you're basically programming your body to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you get to the point where it becomes effortless, it's kind of like a dance.
It's insane how perfect everything is. And you're just sitting here like
I do this all day long.
Yeah, it's almost like you work here.
There you go. There's one.
There's one, she says.
Are you ready?
Oh man. About like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
So you said 3 or 4, but I just did like
5 or 6?
5 or 6.
I've seen that before. You're doing pretty good. I always say accuracy first, precision later. Or no, accuracy first, speed later.
We'll readjust. Let's see, I need a pinch. What? The muscle memory is going on here. Okay, now we're here. Gonna find that angler with one skinny leg and one non-skinny leg.
There you go, you did it.
Goodness gracious.
Except your bobbin ran out.
Yeah,
Sorry,
except
man.
my bobbin ran out.
When I'm having a good day sewing and I'm going fast, those bobbin cases get hot.
Oh my gosh, I've never tied flies so fast that my vise heats up, just so you know. What you gotta know about me, Julie, is when I'm not great at something, I try to find all the excuses. So I'm complaining. I'm gonna start talking about how I had shoulder surgery here soon, and that's part of the fact.
I got a stretch for you for that.
Yeah, show me the stretch. You didn't give me the stretch to sew straight lines. Oh geez, this part though, like these curves when you're sewing, like this is freaking wizardry. And I'll have you know, I spent a week in Universal Studios learning all the spells at Harry Potter Land, and it's not helping me a damn single little bit.
They're just practice, that's all right.
That was stressful.
That's pretty good.
That was cool.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah,
I've seen worse.
That's body sewing, and then from there, you can kind of see all these waders on these orange racks here. Those have all been sewed, and then they move over to taping. These machines here are leased from Gore, And this is, as you can see, there's like a little skateboard wheel almost. And once again, making diamonds, heat, pressure, and time. Goes on every seam, and they step on a pedal, and it runs that seam right through, and it gets taped. And that's waterproofing the wader. This roll here requires 4 to 6 months of training. A couple weeks ago, we came down here and we tried each one of these. I'm a much better sewer than I am a taper. This machine, it'll get away from you if you're not careful. But
This is insane.
Yeah.
If you put this in the old time machine, right?
Yep.
And people were seeing what we're doing in 2023.
oh,
Like we're obviously building rockets.
it's like
right?
real life
Yeah.
Willy Wonka, right?
Exactly.
Sounds like it too.
Crazy. Yeah.
All right, this is the taping line. This is my world over here. After everything's clicked out, cut, Julie's team sews all the puzzle pieces together. They kind of end up in line here. Bundles of 4, we grab them, sit down and tape them.
Sit down and tape them just
Pretty
like
much,
that, huh?
Pretty much. Flip that down, that's our laminate side, that white side, and then there's the matching gray. We'll put it up there, run it down through that little feeder into the cutting assembly in here. At this point, we're ready to roll. So I'll line those seams up, hook my thumb, kind of roll her in.
Oh my goodness. This is way techy.
And we're off and running. Got to keep that seam right in the middle.
Wait. How did you know how to cut it when you cut it?
That's the secret.
You're cheating.
Yep.
You want me to do this now,
I
and
know.
you just did something like that? Oh yeah, and you did it like this. Well, show my feet, Brigham. This is what it was like. He's like, oh yeah, that's how you do it. No big deal.
I've done the legs. I'm going to jump up and get into the torso now. Just the same movement. I'm just down and out, moving that material. Barely holding the waiter.
Dude, you freaking nailed that crotch ending right there, bro. That was professional.
That was pretty.
You're a professional crotcher.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, well, it's a very critical part of the waiter.
It is.
Very unfortunate if it leaks there.
Nope. You'll know about it.
Oh, you will know about it to get you to the point where you're not ruining material.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Probably about 6 months. It's probably closer to about a year before you know all the styles.
How long have you been doing it?
I've been doing this for about 4 years now.
That's awesome. You got it dialed.
It's pretty cool. I love it, man. I know everybody in here takes a lot of pride. That's
Well, you would
something
have to.
Yeah.
You can't just come in here and like do what I used to do when I had a job that was serious, like just go in the back and like eat Cheetos and drink Mountain Dew all day. And
There's some pride and
Yeah.
kind of some intensity when you walk in the door.
Yeah.
At least in my world, and I love it. I feed
Yeah.
off of that. Let's go.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
I just push the button and it goes. Do I need to hold it down or
Yes,
anything?
push and hold, and then release when that black mark
Okay.
nice and easy. Down. A little left. And
Oh crap.
Well,
I wasn't thinking that the cut would stop it.
yeah. Pretty good.
Dude.
For the first go, I mean, I think we're still pulling that tape.
Yeah,
But-
so that's not easy.
It's a tough one.
Watching what you just did,
That's all right.
is there any way to pull that off?
There is.
And I did it again.
Again.
Dude, okay, don't let off the pedal. This is crazy.
We're gonna get it.
No, we're not.
We're gonna try. You want to flip it over and keep going?
No.
No?
No, dude.
All right.
Oh,
Thanks.
awesome.
Thanks
Yeah.
for trying, guys.
All the waders get taped, then we move over here. This is cross patching. So essentially what's going on here, this is really kind of a reinforcement of durability. So basically each and every seam intersection gets a patch. And heat, pressure, time, those go on. These machines clamp it down. They're programmed so once it's done, they automatically come up and you kind of work kind of at a little mini assembly line.
Do you ever bring like little mini thin crust pizzas or little paninis or something?
Then after all of the intersections and kind of the bitter end of the taping get patched, then we move into hemming. Basically what happens here is that nice finished hem on the top. They're putting that in here. They're stitching on suspenders, gravel guards, things like that. Basically the detailed sewing. And then after all of the components have been incorporated, buckles, suspenders, gravel guards, all of that, then we go into attachments where we attach the stocking feet, which is a really, really intricate process. And then once the stocking feet are added on, final details, as you can see, we're putting a band of tape around the union of the Gore-Tex and the neoprene.
I'm Kyle. I run the show over here in Attachments. So basically what we're doing is we're gonna put the feet on the waders, make it waterproof. So basically what we're doing here, after we put the foot on, we're gonna add some additional tape around the connection between the foot and the wader. It doesn't waterproof it anymore. The connection when we set it up over here is actually what waterproofs the wader.
Oh, okay.
So this is more of an aesthetics kind of thing and just a functionality thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna put tape around this. So we'll get the wader on our arm here, and then essentially as I engage the pedal, it's gonna drop our wheel, engage our nozzle, which will heat up the tape and stick it to the wader. So this one, you gotta go in a straight line, around in a circle.
Yeah, good luck.
I mean, I think I can handle it.
Yeah, you could probably do it.
All right, so here we go. And I just want to make that tape stick a little bit on the neoprene and a little bit on the wader.
No, you just want to do it. That's insane.
I mean, straight in a circle. That's easy,
Straight
right?
in a circle. Yeah, just like that, guys.
Yeah.
No big deal. How long you been doing this?
Gosh, 3 years now, I guess.
3 years?
Yeah. So, did it a
lot of
couple
taping.
times. You want to try a hand at it?
Yeah, so my only complaint is I got a lot more training over there.
Okay. You want more training?
No, I don't. I'm good.
Okay. I mean, it's a round in a circle and a straight line. That's pretty good training, right? This machine in particular to any other machine on the production floor, every single wader we make here goes through this machine.
Yeah.
So it is literally our most important, especially in this department, but you know, it sees every wader that we make here.
Do you do that like in meetings? You just go to other people and say, hey, how many waders go through your machine?
Yeah, yep.
No big deal. They all go through here. Ready?
Yeah, have at her. One
3.
pedal.
Okay.
Hit go.
Oh my gosh. Dude. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay, you got a whole nother one to try?
Hold on, leave it there.
I mean...
So, what I'm thinking here, though, hear me out.
Yeah, let's
this
hear
is going
what
to
you
add
got.
a little bit of movement between the ankle and the boot for when you're walking a lot.
You know what excuses are like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, like 45 hours, 80 hours or so, I'd have the first 10 of them knocked out.
Maybe.
Just plan around that.
Okay, sound good.
See that, Brigham? I have a job somewhere. So you better be nice or I'll be gone. Dude, that was awesome.
You passed the test, man.
So once those get taped, then they're piled up over here, and then we go to one of the final stages, but one of the most important stages, and that's testing.
So suspenders in, Brig. Pull the butt up. Fold the legs, one on top of the other. Oh my goodness.
You have no idea how many chocolate blades you are helping right now
Yeah.
in the world.
These are the easiest to fold because the material's different, so it just lays better.
Here, there's the art right there. Boom. Perfectly folded. Dang. Tell us your name
Julie Cleary,
and how long you've worked here.
almost 5 years.
Almost 5 years. And what do you do for Sims?
I am a body sewer.
Well, explain to us what that means, because if you say body sewer, that's like an emergency room doctor. If you ask me, they stitch people back up.
That's how it feels sometimes.
Well, I just tried to do your job, and it's like borderline impossible. Like impossible's here, it's just right there.
My name is Tommy Danahey, and I'm the taping team champion here at Sims.
Taping team champion, is that like if you got a business card, it would say taping team champion?
It will, with a
Do you-
little piece of tape there.
Do you ever,
My name's Kyle Dresser. I've been here kind of on and off for 6 years.
do you think they had us sit so far apart so that our beards wouldn't get tangled?
I think it's actually like a static interference problem potentially with the camera
Yeah,
gear. So
exactly.
to be able to hear what we're saying, I think if we sat any closer, we would have some issue.
So I can't say this out loud, but my camera guy, his beard sucks.
We won't talk about
We won't talk about it. Okay.
I've been a seamstress for as long as I can remember. And I started at Sims because I wanted to learn how to fly fish. And I'm in an environment where we talk about fly fishing all the time, and I get to sew. And that's pretty much my ideal job.
I like to use my hands, so I
Yeah.
started tying flies, started building rods, built a boat, and the next kind of evolution was to start making my own waders. So when I got into town, I applied for a job, and here we are, 5 years later.
What was the hardest part about what you do?
Quality.
Quality.
It's always quality. I look at every wader that we make here as if I was going to buy that wader myself and use that wader myself. And I try to pass that thought on to the customer that's going to buy it, to say like, hey, I work here because I use our gear. It's important to me. It's important to my livelihood outside of here. I love to hunt and fish, and for me, having the right gear to be able to do that and high quality is worth every penny.
So, and I think that we don't consider that. A lot of the consumers, like having a company with anglers, like people that tie and fish, that's a big deal, because you don't have to have a team of people like coming up with the problems to solve. You know.
Absolutely.
So a company that doesn't make waders in the United States, they do the same thing, right?
No.
No, they don't, because those people fish, right?
I mean, it's possible, but I wouldn't say to the level that people here do. And even if it's not fishing, if it's hunting or just some other kind of outdoor recreation, we have gear that fits a lot of different suits.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We make waders here, but our company makes a lot of different equipment that helps people enjoy the outdoors in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, see, that's exactly where I was going. Like the other companies, if the people actually making the wader probably don't even have any idea like exactly how they're used. And so that's huge that there's so many anglers here.
Yep, we're only making the highest quality, most durable product that we as employees would want to wear ourselves.
Has anyone like ever built their own waders from start to finish here?
Yeah, I have.
Really?
I have. I've built mine just how I like them, with a little extra room. I'm kind of built like a snake.
No.
So I need a little extra length.
So I'm built like a snake that just ate a buffalo.
Yeah.
So I feel you.
Well, yeah. So I've built my own, taped my own.
That's way cool though.
It's
like
pretty rewarding.
Being able to walk around and it's like, those are cool Sims waders, but I built mine.
I did it. Yeah.
That's some like very eye-opening, and I think the people will appreciate being able to hear from you like what your experience is like, and watching you do your job, and then watching me do it so poorly. They'll definitely appreciate. If you were as precise fishing as you are with that freaking Optimus Prime machine you have downstairs, you'd catch every fish in the river.
I mean, we haven't fished
Sorry to
together,
disagree, but we haven't fished together. He must fish cheech leeches. That's the only answer.
I have a time or two.
Oh, yes. We're making it, Brig. Super cool to hang out with you guys.
Thank you.
Anything you need to add for us?
I mean, we're just, like I said, keeping the ball rolling here and trying to make the best waders that we can put out on the market.
How about we'll keep buying them from you, and
good.
we'll try to twist their arms to buy them from us.
Sounds like a good plan. I think we can work something out there.
We should start like a marketing company.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already on it.
The Bearded Arm Twisters. We'd kill it.
I know. We'll get there.
Hey, you don't have a microphone.
Probably good, Cheech.
Really good shape. This is kind of like an emerger. It's not. It sits pretty low because I'm seeing more backs than noses. Oh shit! Oh, I got him to eat it. He ate it, and I freaking screwed it up. Ah, bent all the way out. But now I know where he is, and I know what he likes. He doesn't know that I got the taste of blood. Oh, wait, you were filming the whole time? I mean, what I meant is we're gonna be real nice to the fish, and that's it. He's just like, all right, just let me go. That's on the drunk Drea. We're not. These are the prettiest fish. They're like perfect condition. White tipped fins. And
They're like lake fish.
they're so pretty, dude.
Nice fish, huh?
Yeah. It's a good fish. Looks like it.
Oh, right in the net, dude.
Dude, that's a great one. Yeah, I'll come up. Woo! You! Yeah, I think so, yeah. What do you have, Rig?
Thick brown.
Thick.